How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another Siege Basics video. And I think this is one of the most useful things you will ever learn in Siege, and that is how to do the Maverick Trick. Maverick Tricking is probably the most dominant thing you can possibly do with Maverick. Unfortunately, in my Maverick Operator Mastery video, I actually did not really include how to Maverick Trick. So in this one, we are going to just do a whole basics on how to Maverick Trick. This is one of the basic things in the game that you absolutely need to know. And I think a lot of more advanced players do not know this actual trick. So basically, all Maverick Tricking is you start at one edge, go down, go around, and then you have a soft wall in between that is able to be soft breached. You could also get it with your torch, of course, but we're going to show you how to do that here and make an actual vaultable wall. And it could be any size you want to, and I'm going to show you how to make a hole like so. So without further ado, we're going to actually learn how to do it. And I want to know, would you guys consider this a Siege Basics? I'm going to put it in the playlist, but I don't know if this is like Siege Basics. I don't know, like Bandit Tricking, Maverick Tricking, stuff like that, Cade Tricking. I don't know what you guys consider basic. I think this is a basic movement that you absolutely need to have down, but some people may disagree. So just let me know where I should have put this if you don't agree that it is in my Siege Basics playlist. I just think it is a pretty basic movement that everyone needs to learn. So let's learn how to do it now. So I think this wall will be a great example just to show everyone of how to actually Maverick Trick. So basically the concept of it is you are starting all the way at the left, or whichever way you want to start at, right or left, and you're going to want to go all the way across until you want to stop. In theory, you want to go all the way over depending on where you're actually going, and then do the same at the bottom. Now it's very important to go from top and then bottom, because if you do bottom first and then top, then your feet are going to be shot while you're doing the top. So always go from bottom, or the top, do the top line, and then bottom. Personally, I like doing the smaller version of the Maverick hole, so I go all the way on this side to like midpoint here and then here. That's just what I feel comfortable with, how much torch I use. Whenever I go across, it gets a little risky for me because I am not the best at using Maverick. So that just shows anyone can actually do this, because I am absolutely trash at Maverick Tricking. Alright, so I actually had to redo the part where I actually explained how to do it because I got shot in the back by a terrorist. So as you can see, I'm going through a pretty bloody fight just to get to where I am, 2 health. But basically, you're going to want to go cover the entire reinforcement. So you're going to want to come from this side of the reinforcement all the way to this side, or opposite, whatever way you do it. And then from this side to this side of the reinforcement. If you do it how I showed you in kind of the beginning part, you'll end up having to go here, then here, then here. It takes less torch, but by going all the way to the edge and all the way to the edge, it actually doesn't require you to go down because it cuts off the breach in half. So for example, we're going to start at the right corner, make sure it's really good, and then move on down. So it should take about your full 2 torches to get there. So you completely cut off the breach here, right? As you can see, it cut off it entirely, and that requires, or that makes it so you don't have to go down. Now, so all you have to go now here is go from down, hold down, get the corner, and then try your best to get the entire wall with the amount of breaches you have. Yep, just like that, we have the entire wall ready to be soft breached by an Ash or a Zofia or a breaching charge or whatever. Breaching charge obviously is not smart because you can get shot in many ways, but just get that thing open however you see fit. Buck, sledge, whatever you want to do, it's now a soft wall, so it's just a normal wall. So a great example of this is on Clubhouse. So pretend like this is that big wall up in cache and CCTV room or server room, and you could do this exact thing and counter the bandit trickers entirely. Just remember top and bottom and go all the way to the edge if you want to do it like that. If you want a smaller hole like I kind of showed you on some, or on that at the beginning, then do the half wall like kind of how I showed you there. There's really no advantage to doing the half wall. Sometimes you might want a smaller breach, and that's the only reason I actually ever use that one. It's just easier to make for me. This one's definitely harder. I would practice with a friend in custom match if you really want to take this to the next level, or you can do what I did and come through and kind of have to fight your way to a reinforced wall in a terrorist hunt. Either way, it's very much so worth learning, and I also want to show you guys a few more Maverick tricks that I have for you. So this next one is required to have a team. Obviously, I had to do this by myself and actually shoot a whole mag into here, but you want a soft breaching guy. It's going to be a little bit more difficult since I don't have anyone playing with me at the moment with a soft breaching thing. So Zofia Ash would be ideal, and this is a rushing strategy. This is not related really to the Maverick trick, but this goes right alongside the Maverick trick and how powerful both of these together can be. So this one's kind of like a semicircle. I saw this actually on YouTube. I forget his name of who I saw this on. I think a lot of people know this by now, and I've seen it on streams and everything, but this is kind of just a mini circle. And once again, I'm not very good at using Maverick, but you can jump through a small tight circle with Maverick. So if you were to make a hole like so, right, that in total, this whole entire hole probably took me about what, 4 or 5 seconds is what it would have taken me if I would have done it correctly, right? And it's easily breached through. So this is the rushing way with Maverick, and that will catch them off guard by so many different ways. This strategy will catch them off guard so much because, first of all, you can open this up very quickly. So you're going to want to go from a few ways to do this. There's the way I did it where I had to go whoop and then up, or you could go from top, bottom, and then do the half circle for the least chance of getting shot. I think the least chance of getting shot actually would be going from top, going all the way down, and then standing at a off angle and doing the rest of the circle. You always want to be standing at an off angle whenever you do a Maverick. So basically you always want to be diagonal with it. So if I'm breaking that way, I'm going to be walking this way whenever I'm doing it. Obviously in my examples here, it's not going to be perfect at all, and I didn't show them perfectly at all, but it's just easier to do straight on, and that's why I do it, because I'm not the best Maverick player. But my job is to show you guys how to do these cool things with Maverick and the different operators, and just show you that thing. And your job is to actually get good at using them. You know, I've used some of this stuff in multiple games, but it's just not the operators I play most of the time. So keep that in mind. But here was my little Maverick tricking / this Maverick little trick that is actually very, very cool on the map Clubhouse. This is the best map to do Maverick tricking on this wall. This is the best wall to do Maverick tricking on in the whole game. You just go from top, bottom, and then you're good to go into the wall. They can't bandit trick you at all. All you have to look out for is people coming back at you and trying to shoot you through your own Maverick hole. For example, here, if someone just laid on, they could see you Maverick tricking, even if you are at a diagonal angle. So that's why Ace, Thermite, Hibana still have their place. But that'll do it for this Siege Basics video. This one's a little bit different than the other Siege Basics, but probably because it's more advanced. But I think everyone from a very beginning phase should learn how to Maverick trick. And hopefully this helped. If this helped you learn something new, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.